Good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to Highwire Improv. So excited for you to be joining us on this Monday evening. Monday, fun day. If you thought Sunday was fun, Monday's even better. Maybe they say that somewhere. Tonight we have two amazing teams for you. And to get us started this hour of improv, I'm going to introduce the KR part of Crate. So give it up.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Drenning. I'm one half of the incredible improv supergroup Crate, the other half being Kate Bell over in London. She could not make it today, and I decided to, and Brian and Highwire were very cool about letting me attempt to do something highly experimental, which is to do a show by myself, but not entirely by myself, also with my friend here, Leonard. I know you're not supposed to decide who the characters are in advance, but Leonard is going to be Leonard pretty much. What I'm going to be attempting to do is sort of like a documentary style, recounting of some sort of relationship between my character, my person, whoever I am, and Leonard's character, who is going to be Leonard. So I guess the inspiration word I was hoping to get would be one word that your friends would use to describe you. So, for example, I think people would call me eccentric, or I don't know, a smart aleck. I get that sometimes. Anyway, yeah. Okay, whimsical. That is an excellent one. So when I come back, whimsical. Thank you. Okay. My friends always call me, my friends say I'm kind of a whimsical person. And I don't mean that in wow, I'm a hippy dippy kind of way. I just mean that I'm, well, almost capricious, you might say. I'm the kind of person that you can rely on to inject the unknown or the unexpected into any kind of gathering. That's my real strength, you know? People really value me for that. So when I went to work at LexCorp, I kind of knew that what I had been hired for was to kind of bring some pop to the environment. I mean, manufacturing paper doesn't need to be boring, you know? I'll tell you, I was part of the hiring team, to be accurate, that hired Alex, in part because her resume was printed on our brand of paper. I honestly, for me, I love attention to detail so much. Also, frankly, it was an administrative position, so it didn't feel like we needed much by way of qualifications. But I'll tell you what, she came in right into the office and whew, did she make her presence known? I mean, some people would say it's unorthodox to redecorate your cubicle on your first day. It's like, how can you redecorate what has yet to have been decorated? But I mean, I like to sort of subvert expectations, and that's like what paper is all about. I mean, when you receive an invitation on a piece of paper, printed on a piece of paper, are you not like, oh my God, what? Like, what? So, I mean, I kind of I came in with some big ideas, I guess. And I won't say that I didn't make friends because of that. I thought I really hit it off really well with all my coworkers. I mean, they all, each and every single one of them, asked me if I wanted to go to lunch. So, I mean, come on, I'm a hit, right? It's our office policy to take new employees out to lunch on their first day. Anybody can do it, and if they do, they get overtime, and of course the lunch is free. So it's a bit of a competitive endeavor, I'll admit. And maybe I should have told Alex that, because she did seem to really, take it to heart that she was invited so much. But I didn't tell her because I wanted her to feel like she was fitting in. I mean, we at LexCorp, we're not just all about paper all the time. We're also about friendship, a little bit, when it doesn't interfere with your work. Um, I will say this: when I saw Alex on the first day, I thought to myself, well, she's got a lot of flair. I hope she knows how to operate a telephone, like routing conferencing system. And I also know she knows how to fold paper. And in those regards, I was mostly not disappointed. But we did kind of get off on the wrong foot, I think, with the whole lunch thing. Because, well, she interpreted it wrong and it led to some embarrassment later. Well, I mean, it was kind of interesting to, on my very first day, be like kind of surrounded by people jockeying to hang out with me. And I thought, oh my God, like I need to schedule myself. Like I've got to like really kind of like start planning for a very full social work calendar. And so I put in an order for the whole office, because I figured if it's not, it can't just be me, for like really beautiful Italian, thick cream colored, like paper cardstock schedules for all of us, just like really beautiful stationery from a rival company, because we didn't make anything like that. And when I tried to run it by, Leonard, well, how can I say, he didn't see the vision. You know what I mean? I thought personally he would be thrilled that I was trying to get us all to see like beautiful paper and what beautiful paper can do for your life. But he saw it as a betrayal of sorts. And he said I was put on some kind of demotion, which, like, personally, I was beside myself. Like, I'm sorry, I graduated from like the Fashion Institute of Design. So like, I'm sorry, I don't get put on promotion. I mean, on probation. That's not a real thing. So I kind of just like continued on as if like it hadn't happened. But then the corporate like bigwigs came in to visit our branch, and yeah, there was an incident. So there I am. I'm taking three of the big CEOs around the branch, which we're very successful. We're making pure profit. We're minting money basically, haha, on our paper. But somehow, like I don't even know how, Alex has managed to festoon the entire office with welcome signs, confetti, other sort of things. That are made by a different company. And it's like, how many times can I have go over this with you, Alex? You must shop LexCorp. Like, shop all products in the office should probably be LexCorp. Like, and well, God, it did not escape the attention of the CEOs. And they called us both into an urgent meeting. I was beside myself. This was supposed to be somebody who was doing mostly light administrative work. And so far, all she'd managed to do was festoon our office with competitor paper products. Well, I mean, I didn't know what to think about it. I felt like I should probably just fire her, but I couldn't do it with the bigwigs in town. I had to look like a leader. I had to make it look like it was a learning opportunity. So I think I was pretty clever about it. I don't know if Alex would agree, but I don't know. I mean, she got to keep her job. So the bigwigs call us in for this meeting, and I'm like, okay, I get it. They're thinking that they want me to move up to corporate. But listen, just because I am like a city girl, and obviously I'm a little bit big time, and maybe I was a little bit like too big for this particular little office, I have loyalty, okay? Maybe my friends describe me as whimsical and not necessarily loyal, but I am loyal. Thank you very much. And I wasn't about to just like jump ship just because I happen to like have an incredible eye for like streamers. You know what I mean? I have more to give to this branch. So when they called us into the meeting, like Leonard and I was like, I'm gonna make Leonard look like a leader. I'm going to show him that I am like a team player, and I'm gonna pitch he and I teaming up and like harnessing our creative juices together for our branch to have an exclusive product, like a really cool fashion line of paper. And like, I'll tell you what, like when I pitched it, the look on Leonard's face was like such shock and like surprise and then like confusion. And I thought, I have just literally bowled him over. But he took it like decently well. He made a big show about how he was going to mentor me personally and how he was going to be watching me from now on and how he was going to make sure that I familiarized myself with the existing LexCorp product line so that I would not stray outside of it. And I was like, we're saying the same thing. Like, we're saying, let's make more fashion paper here. And you know what? Corporate was in. Corporate was in with several like really strong reservations, which I did happen to notice. Like, so I gotta give her credit for her balls. She used the meeting as a pitch meeting. I mean, I thought that she was like literally 2 steps away from being fired, and somehow she pitches fashion paper. Now, I have never heard of anything more ridiculous in my life. I mean, we already sell confetti and streamers. I don't know what fashion paper really is, or I didn't, at least. God, now I kind of know. But like, I'll say this: she swung for the fences, and you know what? I decided to just be a really great teammate, and I lifted her up. You know what I mean? I was there right behind her, being like, "Swing with your hips," or whatever it is. I don't play a lot of sports, so I'm not clear on the metaphor I'm supposed to be using. But I was there supporting, is all I can say. Is there a way where I'm supporting in baseball when you make a home run? No, I didn't. Okay, well, it's not relevant. The point here, the point that I'm trying to make, really, is that, yeah, I shaped it in a way that would possibly be palatable and not highly offensive to the corporate execs. And you know what? We had enough branch budget left and enough R&D budget left and also enough time on our hands, honestly, that they said, okay, you know, it's like, why not? And so there it was. The fashion paper exclusive line for the Skinny Atlas branch was born. And, well, it had a really unique, interesting impact on the rest of the office's morale. Well, yeah, I mean, was it kind of a big deal that I managed to go from on my very second day from being like whatever typist to visionary, like product line originator, inventor, paper connoisseur? Yeah, I made a splash and there was some hard feelings around the office. I'll tell you this, all my lunch invitations just dried right up. I was like, what happened to those? I thought I was getting those from everyone. But you know what? Like all my life, like I have known that like the response when people like turn cold to you is to bring the heat. And to bring the heat, by that I mean like bring like a lot of like glitter, shine, things that are like hot, like cool. Wait, does that make sense? I mean like trendy, hot, like wow, that's in season, but like cool, like that's fashionable. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. So bring the heat when it like is like the good kind of heat, but like keep it cool when like it's the good kind of cool. Anyway, actually that was fun. That's funny that came up just now because that was actually one of our original issues with the fashion paper was I could not decide between hot and cool, like just like for what I wanted it to say at the top in glitter. So that was actually one of the ones that like I had to like turn to my coworkers and pull them. And I'll tell you what, some of my coworkers like didn't really understand my like aesthetic, which is fine. They're not meant to because I'm off the wall. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing whatever pops in my brain. And normally it involves like clouds, bears, like 2 or 3 kinds of fruit, and like some sort of plaid checker pattern motif. And like for some people that's busy and it's fine. But I'll tell you one person who like it wasn't fine with and who like really started to fight me tooth and nail all the time. Well, you guessed who it was, you know? I have never seen somebody call themselves a fashion person. And look at me. I know I'm not a fashion person. I'm not confused about the way I dress, okay? I'm sensible. I'm sensible shoes Leonard, okay? And I'm happy with it. But I have at least a modicum of taste, okay? Alex has no taste whatsoever. I have never seen anything like it. She will pair the most disparate elements in the most unpleasing to the eye way I have ever seen. It was a constant battle to get her to stop putting chevron stripes and circle dots and then like giant flecks of what looked like paint splatter all on the same pieces of paper. The patterns did not work. I mean, also it made it impossible to see anything you wrote on this paper because there's so much pattern. There, you know, you couldn't meaningfully see anything that was going on. She wasn't a pragmatist, you know, and she wasn't a compromiser. Luckily for me, I had the rest of the office on my side, and slowly but surely, I think we started to work on her, kind of get her to kind of minimalize a little bit. Because when I say maximalist, I mean, I am not joking around. Like one day, I'll tell you, she showed up to work in the craziest outfit I've ever seen. I almost called her in just to tell her she had to go home and change. Then I was like, I don't want to deal with it. She's difficult. I just want her to occupy herself with her paper. But oh man. So I could see that people like weren't like fully on board with the vision for fashion paper, and like also like they didn't have the like fashion experience that I had. So I thought like this is what I need to do. I need to translate that into like a real life presentation that they can see and understand what it is to like live and breathe fashion. You know what I mean? Because like that's hard sometimes. So like I don't know. I decided I was going to like really put together a showstopper ensemble. I picked a day that I knew I would be like high traffic. We had lots of like corporate clients coming in. We had a big old like party going on. Like we had like some sort of like softball game against the company next door. And I was like, great, high traffic, high visibility. So I took that as my inspiration. And I wore an outfit that I call Stop Traffic, then go crazy, and then come back and go to sleep. So it was like stop, go, go is what I called that. So that's the look. And it was like a big red, like it looked like kind of, I used, by the way, LexCorp paper to fashion this. It looked like a big, like kind of like alert sign, you know what I mean? Like a triangle. But then like the other half of my body was all green and like soft and like furry, like a tennis ball. And then I had on these big old like comfortable like sleep slippers, except I had blown them up. They're like giant like anime mouse feet. I couldn't fit them under my desk. Anyway, it was like, that is fashion. That is like, whoa, like you went with like what you felt in your heart and you made it something like so like desirable and like chic and like cool. And I thought this is going to help them understand what fashion paper is all about. And like, let me tell you something, like they did not see the vision, even when I presented it to them in this like very palatable, very like tangible way. And it was like, oh my God, I really have my work cut out for me. So I said, okay, Leonard, like, let's do this. Like, why don't I try and meet you guys back down on your part? You know, like, I mean, I can come down off the mountain and like help you guys like ascend. So like, I proposed that we have an office fashion day. And like, I just said, like, why don't you guys show me what you guys interpret to be like office chic, office cool, like what would business appropriate fashion paper if you made that into an outfit look like to you. And let me tell you something, I could not believe the results. I mean, I was so thrilled when she asked about this to us to like show her what we mean, because it was like finally we could just like demonstrate to her what it looks like to be like appropriate within the constraints of a corporate set design challenge. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I did go around, I'll admit, I didn't leave it up 100% to chance. I did go around. I went around to everybody and I said, look, I don't care how inspired you feel by her like bizarre giant shoes, slippers. I don't care if you like the idea of dressing up like a tennis ball. I want you to dress as if corporate exec was back in the office tomorrow, and I want you to show her that you can be sleek and minimal and also very, very fashionable without hurting people's eyes or possibly causing children to go into seizures. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, it's a workplace liability issue. So I didn't leave it up to chance. And I will say this, I was very pleased with the results. I saw a lot of great, subtle pinstriping. I saw people wearing a mix of navy blue and black, which is very cutting edge, but also very, very minimal. I saw the entire shade palette of gray, and I was very pleased. But Alex, honestly, she looked depressed. I honestly will never forget that day. It was so dark. It was so dark. I didn't even know that, like, because I've always been like so up here, I didn't know there was such a place as like the bottom until I hit it. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, it was like, how can you see like these little like dot and be like, oh, that's fashion? I was like, oh, you guys have all been wearing like creative safety belts all over your body your whole life. Like, I was like, I'm gonna break you guys all out of like excitement jail. Like, fashion isn't about like navy blue and black. Like, fashion is like inventing new colors that like honestly like probably your eye can't even fully perceive. Like, I have a friend who has a ringtone that you can only hear if you're under 30, and I'm like, that's fashion. She's 35. It's fashion. I love it. Like, I was trying to like get that across like to my like new, like kind of still like, I guess, dubious coworkers who were still, might I add, incredibly jealous of me for like being the head of this project. So I was like, I know what to do. So I like went around and I like showed off my perfect people skills. And I was like, guys, like I went one by one and I was like, what's your favorite pattern? Like, what's your simple, like baby, like, ooh, black and white, whatever you want pattern? I went around, I took every notes of everybody. Just like, I like cross hatching. I like black and white. I like shades of gray. I like little shapes. I'm like, great, right? And then I went into my like little computer program and I was like, put them all on. I like threw them on like it was like, blah, you know what I mean? Just like barfed all these things into one screen. And it was like better. But then what I did is I like colorized it like rainbow colors. And then I inverted the colors, right? Because then you get that white effect. And then it feels like, ooh, like the sun is really in your eyes, but it's like 70 patterns. But actually, you know what else was great about it is like once I inverted the color so that it was mostly white with like trimmings of color instead of being like mostly color, which Leonard had such a huge problem with, I realized you could write on it better because it wasn't like so. And I was like, oh my God, did I just like solve the problem? And I almost thought to myself, like, wow, like they hope they thank me instead of like trying to like take credit for it or like throw me under the bus. And like, you can guess what happened, right? So corporate's coming back in and we're all nervous, the whole office, because we all know what a loose cannon Alex is. And frankly, we're afraid. We're more than a little afraid. So we had taken the time to put together 3 or 4 beautifully designed, simple, but very chic examples of fashion paper to show corporate, but we couldn't tell Alex that she couldn't present any. I mean, that would be, look, I didn't have the heart to do that. Whether or not that would have been wise, I didn't have the heart. But I won't lie. I woke up that morning and, whoo boy, was I in a cold sweat. If anything, I may have downplayed my own sense of fashion a little bit just because I knew how high Alex was going to play it in that meeting. And I think most of the office kind of followed, like, had the same thought process, because I will admit, if I were Alex, I would have been not impressed by how kind of drab we looked. I mean, it's true, there was a lot of navy, there was a lot of gray, there was a lot of pinstripes, and there wasn't a lot else. So credit where credit's due. But still, the paper that we'd made, I think, looked like really like good, reliable, sellable stuff. But then we saw Alex's paper, and we knew we looked like chumps. I mean, we knew that the rest of the office, were just gonna look like total chumps. And I personally didn't want to lose my job to a girl who literally sometimes tries to dress like inanimate objects, like stop signs. I was like, this isn't how I plan to lose my managerial job, which I've worked at least 3 to 5 years to achieve. No, it's not happening that way. So I went back to the drawing board real quick, and I threw in some Alex touches to my own paper designs. Maybe that was wrong of me, but hey, it's the paper business. We're not here to make friends, except when it's not in any way contradictory to our work necessities, in which case, then you could maybe make some friends, but most of the time, it's not about friends. But maybe I went too far. I kind of come to expect some like BS from the rest of the office. They're jealous, blah, blah, blah. Like, sorry. Like, so I didn't really I wasn't like looking or like vulnerable, I guess, to them. Like hadn't opened my heart, but like Leonard with his stupid little tie, his little yellow tie, like he had like often, I thought, like kind of been, like, I wouldn't say the word mentor, since like, if anything, like I was the one teaching him like everything, but like, I would say that like, he was like protective, like a protective figure, and like was like on my side. So like, I was vulnerable to him. And like, like, how like they say that there's that like saying, it's like death by a million paper cuts. That meeting felt a little bit like that to me, because I came in with this like paper that was like, I mean, it was magnificent and so obviously fashion. And then Leonard came in, and I had seen the stuff that they had mocked up. Like, he came in with like paper that looked like just like a bad copy of mine. Like, I mean, it like took some of my fashion elements, but it like transmogrified them into like this like weird, like corporate, like sad thing. And like, I was happy for him that he was like kind of starting to get it, but I was like sad because also he was like trying to steal my thunder, and in a really icky way, where I like have the better fashion in the first place. And like, corporate shows, yeah, corporate chose my designs, and I didn't feel good about it. I thought I would. I thought, fuck, this is paper, baby, but I was pretty down, and I wasn't alone. I think all of us in the office, when we looked at what we'd made, what I'd made, versus the bizarre, almost offensive, and yet strangely and oddly compelling paper that Alex had made, we all thought, we are just wannabes. We are just like corporate fakers. We are the man. When did we turn into our parents? When did we become the machine? And I don't know. It was a really sobering moment. I didn't know what Alex was going to do. I mean, frankly, if I were her, I might have, I don't know what I would have done. I might have burned a bunch of paper in the parking lot, honestly. But she actually surprised me. She did something I didn't see coming, and I was pretty proud of her. Did I consider a giant fashion paper bonfire, demonstrative cleansing of this entire evil ordeal via like a soothing cathartic fire, a conflagration thing? I did consider it, yes. But fun fact and also semi-secret, as a juvenile, I was briefly in prison for arson. So like, I am like really, I cannot touch even like I can touch matches. It's like condition of my like having my record expunged. So like no fire for me. I did consider it, but I am an adult and I was like, no. So then I thought, how do you beat people who have taken all that you have given them, have twisted it into something evil, have stolen from you in a way that can never be repaid? What do you do? And then I remembered what everybody says when they're trying to be cute, and it's kind of cute, but it's also kind of annoying when they're like, kill them with kindness. I was like, ugh, okay. So like the plan was just simple. I went to corporate and I did the smartest thing on earth, which was to decorate the ever-loving shit out of it using our new fashion paper line. The ones that they had chosen, I turned into streamers. I turned them into confetti. I made corporate look amazing. But then in little pockets of different offices, I put just little tiny, like really show-stopping paper pieces, like those calendars that I was talking about for scheduling, but made out of my fashion paper. And let me tell you, despite how like gorgeous the whole thing looked, when you saw those little special items pop out with my stuff, it was like the whole vision. Like you could see it like coalesce. Like this is like the like, I can't say this because I don't speak any French, but it's like ne plus ultra. It's the ultimate. It was the top, like peak fashion. And then there was like everyday fashion. And that's what I pitched it as. I said, let's call my design hot paper. And let's get it like hot paper. And then we'll call the like daily paper, like fashion paper, cool paper, right? So like, kind of made me a hero because then instead of just ordering one of our designs, they ordered both of our designs and also made me look like a complete genius, which I am. Leonard, I don't know. I mean, I went behind his back. I didn't ask for any permission. I did not check if we had any room in the budget for custom printing all these very elaborate designs to specialty and novelty shapes. I didn't do any of that. And I thought, well, this could get me into some trouble. But visionaries don't ever compromise. And I am basically Steve Jobs of paper, fashion paper. So I was like, I'm doing what I have to do. And so I did it. And Leonard, he was awesome about it. So awesome. I'll tell you this. I was elated. I was surprised. I was impressed. I was flabbergasted. I honestly didn't know that she had it in her to think a single coherent, rational thought about anything, let alone something that would be like strategically quite useful for our branch. But she did it. She outsmarted us all. And like, let me tell you, it made us all look like heroes. At least made us look like heroes for a little while. But then there began to be some, well, I don't know how to describe it. It was like some people were so thoroughly won over by Alex and her fashion paper and how beautiful it looked, even though it may very well have been a complete fluke that it turned out that way. But they started to kind of follow her directions instead of mine. I started to lose some of my leadership heft. And unfortunately, it started to escalate to a pretty untenable point. Was I trying to stage a coup? No, that's not fashion, except if it's like an Imelda Marcos coup and there's a lot of shoes involved. Otherwise, no. What I was trying to do was just be HBIC, which I already was in my head, but I wanted other people to like acknowledge that too. Plus, I wanted people to invite me to lunch again because that whole period where they weren't, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurt my feelings a little bit and I didn't like it. So, whatever. Like, I start to have like I call them like acolytes. They're just like little fashion babies and they're so cute. They're coming up and they're asking me like for advice about like even the not fashion paper stuff. They're like, should I use the like blue cardstock or the gray cardstock? I'm like, follow what's in your heart. And then I go, ooh, but whatever's in your heart, like scrub it clean because that's gross, whatever you were thinking of. Like rethink your heart. I don't know if that was like good advice or bad advice. It doesn't matter. Like the point was like I was a natural leader. And yes, my desk was still at the very front of the office. And yes, technically my real responsibilities other than like to like see the fashion paper thing through was like to answer the phone. But like did that make me a more effective manager than Leonard? In every way, yes. And people, look, they just started to notice it. And it's not my fault if like some of my little fashion babies like kind of started to feel so strongly about it that they took to sabotaging some of Leonard's projects. That wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. I just inspired people to do that. I started hearing reports that Alex was holding meetings after hours in her home. Like, she called them little tete-a-tetes or pret-a-porters. I don't know, one of those words that has an ah in the middle of it. But you know what can I say? I was disturbed. I was disturbed because I'd seen signs around the office that something was off and I couldn't put my finger on it. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's these meetings going on at her home. That's interesting. I was never invited to these meetings, but that's not at all relevant to my concerns. My concerns were strictly that, it be appropriate, that we foster appropriate workplace camaraderie. And I definitely think that these went well beyond what would be considered appropriate, I mean, well beyond it. And honestly, I'm just glad I was able to do something about it in time. Okay, like, so maybe like our meetings would go a little off topic from fashion paper. Man cannot live on fashion paper alone, okay? No man is an island, especially not an island made exclusively out of fashion paper. So like, yeah, sometimes I talk about like the possibility of like the end of times like coming, or like maybe I discuss like how cute it would be if we all got matching tattoos on the small of our back with my initials on them. But I wasn't like doing anything inappropriate. I was just like making fun fashion suggestions, like just like they had always come to me to do in the first place. And like, okay, I maybe mentioned that like people who didn't have like a true vision for design, like the true vision and design vision, like Leonard possibly were like, I don't know, like evil. Like maybe I said that and maybe that's what inspired them to like start like randomly sabotaging the paper printings and like cutting them up into gross little pieces and stuff like that, because we got none of our cool line of fashion paper out successfully. All of the hot line though was out and hit. But corporate definitely didn't need to be brought in. I mean, what's the big deal about matching tattoos and a possible pack that we'll all like pull up together and like in a delicious little like underground like ranch like sort of style like community with like adorable like cute like cobblestone floors underneath the earth for when like the end of time days comes. But like that is like whatever. That's just friends being friends, and like has nothing to do with my ability to make or not make paper. But Leonard didn't think so, and he brought corporate in, and apparently corporate had some ideas about it too. I knew I had to get corporate involved when I saw the invitations to the end of the world. I will admit that they were beautifully printed, they were beautifully designed, they were on 100% LabCorp products, which was appropriate, and I was pleased that we had made that much progress, because let me tell you, sometimes with Alex, you never knew if she was getting a single thing. But the problem with the invitations was they made it very unclear whether the end of the world was just something that was happening or whether it was something that they were going to be bringing about. And that ambiguity just made me very uncomfortable. So, yeah, I went to corporate. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not a snitch. It doesn't make me a snitch when I want to make sure that my particular branch of LexCorp paper, especially now that we have our own exclusive fashion paper line, that I want to make sure that we all keep our jobs and don't like somehow precipitate the end times. Is that wrong? I don't think so. And I knew corporate would agree. And you know what? They did. They 100% agreed. They came in, and they came in with me, and we came in hot. And there they were. We went into the warehouse, and they had all taken up, they were all living in there in an elaborately constructed fashion paper treehouse. And let me tell you something, they had armed themselves with slingshots with very sharp paper things in them that hurt when they would cut you if you got too close. And I thought to myself, it has really escalated in the course of like, it felt like a week. It has really escalated. But you know what? People in paper are sheep, and I admit it. We're sheep. So it's not that surprising. But yeah, it took a lot of work to get her down from there. I guess what eventually like led me to like decide to like Hakuna Matata, calm down, like be friends, whatever. Because I had really like, I had kind of all my ducks in a fashion row, you know what I mean? Which a fashion row, by the way, is like where they're like zigzaggy. But like, what made me decide like this isn't the time for this confrontation was just like the look on Leonard's face and his little yellow tie. I just thought to myself, like, what are you doing? Like, you can do so much better by just bringing like a little bit of fashion to the masses, like a tiny little bit, just like with the everyday paper they use, than you will if you just like have your own doomsday cult living in an adorable ranch style underground bunker situation. Like, no matter how much fun that sounds like it's probably better for you to like spread your influence out. And like, I don't know, like, is that me, like, maybe, like being afraid to embrace, like, my own, like, inner, like boss bitch? Maybe, like, I sometimes think of it as, like, a very counter-feminist thing that I decided not to, like, just, like lead, like, this, like militant, devoted, armed, like branch of a very particularly fervent fashion paper organization. But, like, I decided that like I want to be a part of the team. Like, I want to be like constructing like elaborate fashion paper houses for everybody to live in. So like we came down, and Leonard came and he gave me a hug, and I was like, that means so much to me, and I felt like I almost felt like I was home in his arms. It was very shocking to me. We hugged, and it's like the first time I ever really even thought of Alex as a human being, because honestly, every decision she made, I mean, she continues to make, really. It was like she's an alien from Mars. Like, I had to be convinced over and over again that she was not like either a figment of my imagination, somebody who was like a paid actor who was punking me, or a literal alien trying to infiltrate the human race. I mean, it took a long time for me to come around. But I gave her a hug, and I was like, oh my God, this is a person. This is a person who makes wildly, like, unpredictable, illogical, sometimes offensive decisions that are occasionally dangerous. But this is a person. To err and to accidentally start a doomsday cult is sometimes human. And that was a good lesson. And I'm glad that we learned that kind of valuable lesson right then, because that was right about the time that corporate fired us, both of us. Like, I guess I can see where like corporate was coming from, where they were like, I'm sorry, what about a cult? Like, what about there being some sort of armed paramilitary fashion paper organization holed up in the warehouse? Like, no, I'm sorry, you guys have to go. But like, that said, I'm sorry, did we not prove our worth like 100,000%? I think we did. So I was shocked. Frankly, I could not believe it. But you know, like, no big deal, like, not a problem. Like I was like, okay, like I have this ready-made band of like very devoted followers. I have a dynamite idea, fashion paper. I have the vision, which nobody could recreate on earth, I'm positive. Like, why not start my own company? And like, then I like kind of realized, I was like, oh, icky, like there's a lot of, and this is going to be ironic and I know it, there's a lot of like paperwork involved with that. And I don't know how I feel about it. Well, that was kind of, yeah, I mean, that almost was a dead end. When Alex approached me about going into business together, at first, I honestly, I again thought I was being punked. I looked around for about half an hour for cameras, just like assuming that this could not be real. I mean, this person got me fired, subverted my entire branch. How could this person want me to invest in a company with them or give any of my knowledge or expertise when I know that they will not respect me in any way or listen to me? But then I thought, wait a minute. She also managed to subvert my entire branch, work her way up from like a temporary office support role to potential paper deity in the space of like 6 months. So I had to give her credit where credit was due, really. I mean, she's one hell of a leader. And also, I don't know if you could see behind me on the fashion paper, but I mean, she also has an incredible eye for design. And I realized that it was almost something I couldn't say no to. I mean, this was gonna, and this is another joke, get it, print money, okay, on fashion paper. Okay, it doesn't work as well as I wanted it to. Also, what if it was coins? Well, it doesn't matter. The point is this. Against all of my better judgment, my heart and my instincts told me say yes. So I said yes. And we struck out together. So yeah, like it was a drag kind of, that Leonard was going to be like this like gross, like totally boring, predictable, like corporate shill type, like, and I was gonna have to like listen to him like wah 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 about numbers and like pragmatic stuff and like use only our paper. I was like, we don't have any paper yet, so I've got to use other paper. He's like, well then use LexCorp paper because like it's free because we used to work there. And I'm like, I don't like free things. Like I value myself. And it was like this whole fight, like cats and dogs. And that's when I realized like, oh, like I know what it means when somebody like cannot talk with somebody else without just like bicker. I know I have clarity of vision. So I like was like, Leonard, you're fired. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Like, we just got this off the ground. We just got this moving. I've done all the hard work, all the heavy lifting, and I've done it for very little money. And I doubt you'll find anybody else who believes in you the way that I grudgingly do. And I was like, I was so angry. I was so confused. I was so hurt. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. I was just standing there rooted on the spot, just like a ball, like just shaking, just shaking. And she looked at me and she got this like that little smirk that she gets on her face when she does doing something that she thinks is like so smart or so funny. And I was just shaking, and then like yeah, I like I kissed him because like now that he wasn't my employee, which like obviously would be a conflict of interest, I was like, I can tell that we have like too much chemistry to deny, and I refuse to like go through this life twice just to like do something that I could do the first time around, which is like just like forget about being in business with you and like just be like your partner. And like, okay, he at first like I don't know, like he was like, he didn't move. He was like very shocked. And I was like, did I just like embarrass myself by making out with a puppet that doesn't like have feelings for me? And I was like, no, that can't be because like, look at me. Like, there's no way. But then I was like, wait, give him a moment to process. This is going to end happily ever after. Like, it has to. I demand that. Um, and so like, I looked at him and like he's like still standing there. He hasn't said anything. It's like quiet. There's like a hush. And then finally he like opens his mouth. And I said, will you marry me? I know that was probably kind of jumping the gun, but I wanted to make a joke about how we could use our own line of fashion paper, and it just felt like the only joke that could occur to me. And so I asked her to marry me literally so I could make that joke, which isn't even really, if you think about it, like all that much of a joke, so much as it is just an observation. But look, I'm a man of limited humor, and you got to take what's presented to me. So I was like, yeah, and like I thought, oh, I'm gonna definitely get shot down. I think maybe I overshot on this one, maybe a little too ambitious. Um, but every once in a while, Alex really surprises me, and this time around, she really surprised me. So, like, as I have been saying since the absolute beginning of this, like, I am a visionary. I have like very clear vision. I know what's going on. I can read what's in the wind. I like know what's up, and I have the second sight, and it's a fashionable one. So, like, when he asked me to marry him, had I foreseen that? Oh, you bet I had. And had I already had it printed up, not only like a beautiful, like set of invitations, like a huge banner, confetti, balloons, all of it, fashion paper. Did I have a cake made? And like, did I have a ring ready and like everything for like the moment he said that, so that like I could just wheel it all out and like we could have like a complete picture moment, like ready to go. Cause you know what I mean? It's like, why not just have that tableau ready if you like have a strong opinion about what it should look like? And I did. So I made it happen. And maybe that like was what scared him. I mean, like he just started running. And I was like, what? Like, I'm sorry, I just like put in effort. Like that's not like, why not reward me with what I want? But I guess like some people don't understand. I mean, he never understood maximalism. He was like too much, too much. And I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. Alex doesn't do understated. I just don't. When she wheeled out the cake and all the balloons and everything was all ready, and I was like, oh my God, there is like no room for surprise or wonder in this relationship at all, is there? This would be the rest of my life would be just like insane, bizarre, like counterintuitive thinking that is expensive and frightening and unpredictable and often involves major life commitments from yours truly. And so I said, you know what? Like, I gotta run. Papa's gotta hit the open road. Papa needs to be free. I do still think about her though. Sometimes when I go to work, I'm working at it's a ping pong paddle company. I sometimes think there could be fashion ping pong paddles, but and I think should I get in touch? But then I think no, I should probably not get in touch because she's insane, like completely insane. and probably still at the head of that cult. So yeah, I don't get in touch with her. Yeah, we haven't spoken, though I know he thinks about me a lot. And I'm writing, like, I've already mocked up several prototypes for like some ping pong paddles when he's ready. But like for now, I'm contented to just be here down below on the ranch with my friends, making beautiful paper and you know, being unfulfilled. But one day, I always get what I want. And ours is a love story that will totally stand the test of time because true fashion paper is classic and timeless, just like me and just like Leonard. That's what I tell myself. Okay, that was my very experimental. Thank you for sitting through that. That was very fun. Sorry if I'm a couple minutes early, but that's how it's going to end with where Alex will hold up alone with her many followers, planning possibly the end of the world. But thank you, Highwire, for letting me do an hour of just that. I enjoyed it very much. I'm gonna just take a couple of moments. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Highwire for having Crate and I all season. So thank you. All right, bye.
Amazing. I had to come on because that was just so amazing. But I'll acquiesce and leave the host in you, Jess.
I mean, hey, we could all be hosts. We can all host. Give it up for the KR of Crate. Yeah, that was amazing. And that was awesome. I didn't see a love story coming out of that. That threw me. But look at Leonard and her go. That was whew. If that wasn't dramatic enough for you, we have more dramatic improv coming right at you with this amazing, dope, talented team. So give it up for Dreamweaver.
Come on, everyone. Hello, we are Dreamweaver. Yeah, I saw a good bit of what was just happening there. You're gonna have to deal with the fact that we're all humans, and the previous show was 50% human, 50% puppet. So it's going to be a little bit of a vibe switch. I hope that's okay. But we're Dreamweaver. We do, just mentioned, some dramatic improv. It is likely to get a little bit unusual and crazy though. And all we need to get ourselves started is the input of an event that people might gather at. Oh, or Brian, nope. Now, if you have an idea for how to inspire our show using the Highwire deck, I'm all ears.
Or do we have some events? Do we have?
We don't have. We have no events yet. We have no pre-loaded suggestion today.
Okay.
So let's deck it.
Do you want me to just pull a card and we'll look at it and go from there?
Let's do that. Yeah.
All right.
Pull the card and then just throw it away. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
This is a hot dog eating contest.
Hot dog eating contest. Let's still look at the card and we can combine those efforts.
Okay, so the location on here is courtyard.
Okay, I could see a hot dog eating contest occurring in such a place. Is there like an adjective or an adverb that speaks to you?
The adverb is heartily.
That's right. Oh man.
The adjective is comfortable.
Okay.
What's an adverb?
It's a word that ends in ly. It's a describing word.
Oh, okay. I thought those were adjectives.
The adjective is comfortable. The noun or object, that's what it is. Object is umbrella.
Umbrella. Ooh. Okay.
The relationship is married couple.
Uh-huh.
And the profession is doctor.
Okay. I think we can work with that.
The two emotions.
The
base emotion is scared.
Yeah, fair.
And the more complicated emotion is useless.
Jesus.
All right.
Like 5 of the things on here describe me.
Oh.
And a hot dog eating contest.
Heartily, maybe, and that's it.
Oh,
Did you just rearrange?
that's fine.
Was there an order already established?
I had put one, but the other.
I see. Okay.
Okay, we'll use my order. Came behind the curtain.
So whose are we using?
Fine.
Okay.
One that starts with
I was like, oh my gosh. All right.
this is online
It's a good thing.
improv.
It's a good thing this isn't streaming live or being recorded or anything.
Neither of those things. Yeah.
That's improv, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody knows what the word order means anyway. So, all right. Yeah, we hear you, Tashika. Except not really.
You know who I'm talking to, though.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Okay, hot dog doctor comfortable. Ever since I was let me just go back. Okay. 10 years old, right? Sit in front of the TV, TBS, right? And then I turn on this like contest, what have you. I always say what have you, contest, what have you. And there's this like people like eating a bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then I turned on the movie Beethoven, and the same thing. They had like this like eating contest where people just eat. They just like eat, and whoever can eat the most things wins. And so my grandma always said, oh my God, Tommy, you eat so fast. You eat so fast, Tommy. So I was like, maybe this is like right for me. So anyway, this is my first hot dog eating contest here in Cincinnati. You know, I'm really excited.
So I thought that the best way to advertise my new cryptocurrency would be to sponsor something, like sponsor an event that had a thing, because crypto doesn't have a thing. So I had a thing, and I was just driving around and I saw hot dog eating. I said, yeah, those people, they will do anything. They will eat as many hot dogs as they can. So that is the best place for me to sell my new cryptocurrency, Babe Coin. It's all about babes and like, because see, I'm not women. I know what you're thinking. I'm talking like babies. Babies grow. So Babe Coin is going to grow into something big. And this hot dog eating contest, people love a spectacle. That's where I'm going to bring you Babe Coin.
I'm here with my uncle. I'm helping him advertise some type of coin. I don't know where my uncle is, but I'm here with him, and we're supposed to be selling some stuff, and I'm not sure. He just kind of is always taking me around. I love my uncle. Sometimes I have to act like, like we're, so I do what my uncle says because he buys me really cool toys. My parents are traveling, and so I just like hanging out with my uncle because my mom and dad, they stink, but my uncle's the coolest, and his wife makes the best fudge. But if you want to know about crypto, I know about crypts, and just ask me.
Man, Cincinnati hot dog eating contest day is it's my busiest day of the year. I'm Dr. Comfortable, a physical therapist here in town. And you would be surprised by how much physical training goes into an eating contest. Everything from the feet to the hip flexors, to the stomach, of course, the diaphragm, the gullet. It's a lot of work. I've been working with a couple of the contestants here for months, and this is game day. And I'm also here as the on-site doctor, just in case anybody has, a reversal or a hitch or a meltdown. I'm available, and so yeah, I'm just gotta get some stretching in.
Yeah, so kind of weird. I was sent here by mistake. We were confused about what kind of contest this actually was. My bosses at my production company, I'm an adult actress. They just, they saw a hot dog eating contest, and I guess our minds are just always in the gutter. So suffice to say, this weekend is going to be a little different than what I initially had planned. But honestly, I'm looking forward to, just sort of meeting some new people, keeping my clothes on for once, and eating some hot dogs, but actual hot dogs, which will be a change.
So my grandma was just telling me that if I, do really well in this contest, maybe I can actually, win some monies to go to a college. I've always wanted to go to the University of Hawaii because they have surfing there. I love surfing. I love it on TV. And so I hope I do really well so that I can win some money.
I'm looking. I left my niece in charge of a lot of this stuff, and I don't know. We don't seem to be getting the bounce on Instagram that we need. We need the engagement. It's Babe cannot fail on its first big. This is our first big thing. It's our first big thing here. Oh, I'm gonna have to do everything, but I trust her. I know she's gonna get it. It's just she's a kid, and I can find somebody with fudge. I might be able to bribe her.
I'm trying to get Uncle Jake to do TikToks. He doesn't understand that's where all the kids are. Because kids are into crypto, they can tell their parents about it. And then when you get the adults involved, then they can pass it on to somebody else. But nobody, he listens to me, but I kind of think he's not not listening with both ears. And I tell him that all the time. So yeah. I don't know. I'm almost having to go back to school, and I don't really care about it because I just want to do TikToks and sell crypto with Uncle Jake. But we're here at this hot dog eating contest, and hopefully I don't eat too many hot dogs and throw up like I did the last time, because I throw up a lot on Uncle Jake. Yeah,
my name's not legally Dr. Comfortable. I changed it, when I got out of school. Dr. Hedberg actually, but my orthodontist actually was named Dr. Bonebreak, and that was his legal name. I was like, that's great marketing. I'm going to do something like that. And so, I want people to feel comfortable when they come to me. I want people to feel comfortable when they leave me. Comfort all the way. So I changed my name to Dr. John Comfortable. And it really works. Like the billboards, the bus ads, they've been great. I feel like marketing is actually like a kind of important part of all of this. And so, you get a lot of really interesting ideas at these contests. It brings all walks of life together. You really wouldn't expect it, but it's like a real melting pot. And so I'm excited. This is just a simulator. Can you get the right bite depth for the hot dogs? I feel like if I prepare like my patients prepare, we'll be on the same page. So.
Oh. Silly me. I thought this was hand sanitizer. It's lube. I should have known. I should have known better than to use what was in my bag. Oh boy.
I just feel like this is going to be a big thing. We're gonna get Babe on TV, sign Babe, and people are just gonna buy it. We're just gonna go huge.
Agility training.
That's the way it's gonna happen. Start small, it's big. Babe.
Experience, and weirdly one I didn't have to get tested for.
Tommy and Dr. Comfortable in the hot dog area.
Really upgraded the hot dog area this year. Last year it was kind of a little bit of a mess getting around. So I feel good
Really,
about that.
I saw it. Sorry, I interrupted you. I saw it on TV. I saw it on TV. I was
really?
watching on TV. Yeah, and I saw that there were a lot of hot dogs back there. I saw you too. I actually know a lot about you. I looked you up on Wikipedia.
Oh, really? I have a Wikipedia?
Yeah, I couldn't find your website though. I was looking for your website and then I checked on the LinkedIn and I couldn't find you there either. So I figure maybe you go by a different name or something.
Well, what did you look up, Dr. Comfortable, or did you look up Dr. Hedberg?
I looked up Dr. Comfortable.
Oh, man, it's the right long-term move, but it's been a pain to get all of my stuff from this part of the internet to this part of the internet. And thank you for letting me know. That's great feedback. Are you a contestant here?
Yes, sir. I'm competing for the first time. My name is Tommy.
Great. Hi, Tommy.
Yes. Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll give you a card. If you ever need my services, during or after the competition. Stressful.
Thank you.
It's gonna be hard on the body. So, make sure you. I'll give some free advice. Make sure you stretch. Make sure you do some throat and mouth exercises beforehand. You may have seen on the TV, and have fun. Have fun. This is you want this to be a career, right, Tommy?
Yes, that would be wonderful, and it would be wonderful to win a money and maybe get a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yes,
anything can happen at the hot dog eating contest. Believe me.
Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt. I thought I heard someone say throat and mouth exercises.
I did. Yes. Do you want a card?
Oh no, I am schooled in that. I just I didn't know if someone over here needed some some advice on stretching or any.
Yeah, I was just doing a little bit. I usually when I do that, I go a little bit closer to the mid palate. You go all the way back towards the jaw hinge.
You can get a lot farther in if you just
really.
You
But does
remember
that affect your efficiency though? Like you might get the whole dog in, but then you can't chew as quickly.
I'm not used to chewing.
You're a slider. I didn't think that was possible.
No.
You're pulling my leg. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, yeah. There hasn't been a slider since '84. So, okay.
Okay. So listen though. The other important thing is you got to keep your tongue down. Keep that tongue to breath.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You don't want saliva to interfere.
Oh well, I mean, you want saliva. Oh, again.
See, hi, Tommy, I love what you're doing here, Tommy. You're just soaking it all in, trying everything. You have what it takes to be a lifer in the hot dog eating contest world. I can tell by your eyes and just like the energy that's radiating. I'm going to give you a second card.
Thank you.
Oh, Tommy isn't. I might have a card for you also. Come see me at the end of this.
I've seen you before. I know who you are.
Oh, cool. I don't know you.
Stacy Cherry, adult entertainment star.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Oh, yep. Yeah. So came here kind of by mistake. My production company apparently didn't know what I'd be eating here this weekend. So I'm just here for the ride. I'm just here to watch, meet some new people.
Well, did you enter?
I mean, yeah, I'm entered. I just,
okay,
I don't know if I'm going to participate though. I thought it might be fun to just, say hello, keep my clothes on,
Yeah, that's typically what happens. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cut to Patty and Jake by the entrance to the event. Now, remember, we're not selling babies. Okay? That I get like 3 emails a day asking if we're selling babies. We are also not running a prostitution enterprise. Okay? It's cryptocurrency.
Okay.
All right, you don't listen. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. I spent a lot of money. This is now the Babe Cincinnati hot dog eating contest.
Nano, 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 nano. All right.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Is that one of those TikToks you keep listening to?
Yes, that's what you need to do instead of having us out here at this smelly place. I heard a person talking about a slider, and that's probably nasty.
Sliders are good. They're little hamburgers though, not hot dogs. They were probably saying, "I don't want a slider. I want a hot dog."
I don't think that's what they were saying, Uncle Jake.
Okay, all right. So listen,
I'm 10 years old. I know about the
know.
birds and the bees.
Okay, we're not here to talk about that. I'm glad your parents took care of that. Listen, I just need you to walk around and give away all the merch that we have. We have stickers, we have magnets, we have pop sockets, because apparently it's 2018 here.
And we got babies.
No babies, no. No babies, not babies. We're not giving away babies. We're not giving away baby dolls. It's
all right, Uncle Jake. I won't mess it up this time. We're not selling babies.
No, we're not. I'm gonna go find you some fudge. I know that's your favorite. It's not Marissa's fudge, but it'll be fudge. I know Marissa. You might not be getting Marissa's fudge anymore. Aunt Marissa's fudge anymore, Patty.
What happened? Did her stove break? Did she break her favorite fudge bowl?
No, she doesn't like the idea of me quitting my job to start my own cryptocurrency. She doesn't think it's a good idea, and so she left me.
Did you tell her that one day you're going to have billions of trillions of dollars? Did you tell her that?
I did. And she said, but right now you have a health plan that all our doctors are in network. And apparently that's an important thing. But, I'm 37 years old. I never took chances when I was young. And now I'm going to take chances.
But Auntie Rissa doesn't know there's a doctor over there. He can help you.
No, she's gone. She moved.
She left already? She didn't leave any fudge?
She left.
Like she didn't do any goodbye fudge?
No goodbye fudge. She moved to Newport, Kentucky, and yeah, it's across the river from Cincinnati. So it's like you're living in a city, but it's a little lower cost of living, and so she's gonna start a new life in Kansas City or Cincinnati.
Let's go to.
No,
you said Kentucky. Let's go there. Let's go.
Well,
and then if
we're there. We're in Cincinnati, but she's over the river in Newport.
Let's
go start her new life in Newport.
And then you can sing her a song, and then get her her favorite thing.
No, I don't cross the river. I I stay in Cincinnati city proper. I do not go to Newport. But we're going to be fine. You're going to give away all the stuff. You're going to do an awesome job because I know you got a can-do attitude, Patty. And I'll get you some fudge. It won't be Aunt Rissa's fudge, but it'll be fudge. And then maybe we'll go. What do you want to do? Play laser tag or something after?
I guess I'll guess. Maybe I'll go check out the hot dog stacks too.
Yeah, check out the hot dog stacks. And remember, just talk about Babe. Babe, not Bitcoin. Don't say Babe Bitcoin. Don't think we're Bitcoin.
Don't say Babe Bitcoin. You just want me to say
cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. Hey, you want a baby?
Oh God.
Oh, absolutely not. In my line of work, honey, that's more of a hindrance. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just, I was looking for the where to start. When does it start? Where do I sit?
Well, we're just sponsoring it. I'm Jake Dudley of Babe Cryptocurrency. We're a new and up and coming cryptocurrency platform using the blockchain, of course. And we're sponsoring this event. And you look familiar. You look familiar.
Stacy Cherry, adult entertainment
Stacey.
star.
I
Oh.
like cherries. I like cherries too. I like cherries too. I like cherries. Would you like a t-shirt? Or we have a mask, we have stickers. Would you like one?
A little bit everything.
Oh, maybe later. I just I was just looking for where to go. There's not a lot of signage or really anyone here helping out. There seems to be like just a lot of people sort of milling around. Anyway, well, are you
Uncle Jake, I'm gonna go see Dr. Comfortable and tell him something about your health.
Okay, you do that. So you're an adult star is what you said? Adult entertainment?
I make pornos.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
And you're taking part in a hot dog eating contest?
Yeah. Funny, just mix up with my production company. They sent me out here for the weekend, and I've decided to embrace it. I've decided to just,
I like that. I like that. I'm always looking for. Well, speaking of new things, we're a new cryptocurrency, and I'd, love for someone to kind of be the face of it, and, I don't think I think most crypto bros don't have girlfriends, so they're probably very familiar with your work and would respond positively.
Well, to be honest, all of those sorts of things like sponsorships, things like that, go through my management. So, I can give you the email address.
Okay. Yeah.
That's really
or maybe I could just take some videos of you kind of casually talking about Babe cryptocurrency, and it wouldn't be it wouldn't be official, or just kind of be
right.
Yeah, kind of like how when someone goes to a radio station, like a comedian or a rock star, and they cut that thing that says you're listening to 97.3 in the morning. It's just kind of I've paid for your content. I think this is the least you can do for me. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress.
Wow. Well, I guess maybe you paid for a couple of movies, maybe a membership on my website, maybe maybe you've bought some of my merch, but that doesn't mean you own me. I'm sorry, what is your name? I'm sorry, what is your name?
Jake.
Jake, you don't own somebody forever just because you purchased something from them one time. Do you understand that, Jake?
One Babe coin just dropped to 0.03 cents. I'm just a little distracted. I'm sorry. It's just a lot of pressure on this day for us to do well.
Jake,
need to get out of the
what
game.
is your actual job? What do you actually do here?
It's this now. It's
okay. Well, what was it before? What was it before?
I repaired escalators.
That's a Patty with Dr. Comfortable. And so if you could be if you could be my uncle's primary, then he can get his wife back. Can you do that? Do you know about HMOs?
I know a lot about HMOs, but I'm a physical therapist. I can't open a primary care office. I would have to go back to school and get recertified. And what do you mean they would get back together? That doesn't seem. I'm not a marriage counselor either.
No, they don't listen. If
I'm
you buy some crypto, you'll become like a trillionaire, and you can go to all the schools you want to. That way you can help my uncle so he can get his wife. I need Auntie Marissa's fudge. And so if you can be his doctor, because he needs health.
Marissa's fudge is no longer? What? Sorry, I'm just, the NFT you sold me is just a man crying. It's like I don't understand. I thought it was going to be babes.
Yeah, he's crying because he lost his baby.
He
That's
lost
what.
his
Yeah,
baby. Oh, is it baby coin?
it's baby. It's baby
It's
coin.
baby coin. Oh, I've been so confused because I know you're young, but like babe coin is like way lower market cap than slut coin. And I didn't want to say anything, but I don't think babe coin has legs. I think it's just, it's not going to work. So baby coin though, that sounds great. I mean, Doge and Doge coin, those have all been like cute coins, and baby coin I think would do really well. You're much better at this than your uncle.
I know.
I know you know.
But it seems like you're really trying to dump on our coin, and babe coin is the next wave. People didn't believe it. You know what I'll do? I'll
It's down
start
to
a
3
Reddit
cents.
feed. I'll start a Reddit feed, and then everybody will jump on it.
Yeah, that might actually work. I mean, the people on Reddit are pretty militant, but wait,
Listen,
you just want your parents.
Yes, and I want my auntie's fudge.
You want your auntie's fudge.
So go and invest in some more and go be his doctor.
I can give him a massage, a sports massage. I can sign a doctor's note. I don't know what you want me to do, Patty.
What's your end goal here? In school they tell us that we have to dream big. What are you dreaming big for?
Well, I wanted to move to Japan and be the physical therapist for Takeru the Tsunami Kobayashi, the famous hot dog eating contest winner. And that ship sailed. And then I wanted to work for Joey Chestnut, but he's with Kaiser. And so, I don't know. I'm aimlessly coming to these regional hot dog eating contests with my proprietary neck brace and hot dog simulator, and trying to figure out what's next. I am as unmoored and as hopeless as you are, and your coin is. I'm sorry. What is that?
I made this with the 3D printer.
What? How old are you?
I'm 10.
Holy shit. Cut to Tommy and Dr. Comfortable 3 years later. Wow, going for three in a row, Tommy. Thanks for coming into the office. I really appreciate you sticking with me through all that. I think you can get 70 this year. I think you can do it. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I'm only vomiting once a week now. My bowel movements, I'm having it, at least one a week now, which is good.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing the cabbage therapy?
What?
You've been doing the cabbage therapy, expanding your stomach? Mm-hmm. Okay. What about your skin? Show me the skin.
Well, nothing with the skin. It's just when this side of my face turned green, that only lasted for June and July, but it went away after my birthday, actually. So it might have just been me, anticipating my birthday. But everything's good, Dr. Comfortable. So I've been doing those finger stretches that you taught me before going to the bathroom, and that's been helping, I think.
Something seems off, Tommy. You don't seem like yourself.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, I thought that doing these hot dog contests I thought that it would get me a girlfriend or our boyfriend. But people just call me Wiener Tommy when I come into school now. So now there's a TikTok account called Wiener Tommy where people just do like memes of me eating hot dogs, sometimes memes of me eating other things, like actual, phalluses. I think I said that right. And
Yeah, you did.
so yeah, so I don't know if I want to do it again this year just to avoid the TikToks. I'm sorry, Dr. Comfortable. I know that I know that you're relying on me and my co-payments and stuff and my tips that I usually give you, which were over 50%, which my grandma found out and got really mad at me that I was doing that with my allowance.
You got to do what's right for you, Tommy. I can go back to hips and knees and shut that dream down. And it was foolish anyway. It was we had a great run, but you can't subject yourself to those TikToks and the cryptocurrency.
Cut to Jake and Stacy outside the competition. Listen, we'll go on a real honeymoon after the competition. This is our biggest event. I know this is where we met. It's our biggest event. It's Babe's biggest sponsorship of the year because it's our first one. We will be fine. We will go.
Listen, I know I come from a different world. I know I come from pornography and that's sort of looked down upon,
Yes.
but I have never seen as an organization and a contest as unethically run as fucking hot dog eating. Do you hear what they're having, little Tommy?
Yes, but
have you heard about this? He lost 30 pounds.
Okay. This has been dogging me. I know it's like the cloud hanging over the Babe empire, but I have a plan.
Please don't say dogging.
Why? Why shouldn't I say dogging?
That was my niche specialty.
Yes, of course I know. Of course I know.
Well, I don't like hearing it used pejoratively.
Okay. But here's, it's a plan. I have a plan.
Okay, babe, please tell me your plan.
We're going to adopt Tommy and raise him as our own child in a cryptocurrency pornography empire that America has never seen the likes of before.
Honey, I love you.
They're two of the most reviled businesses behind the scenes, but people really love both of them.
Honey, I'm telling you, I love you. And I'm in. I want to save poor Tommy. He is headed down a really, really gross and terrible road.
He needs to win this one more contest.
Cut to Patty and Tommy on the hot dog stage. Whatever.
Whatever.
So yeah.
No, you're going down today.
Look, I really didn't mean to beat you last year. It just sort of happened. I was actually really hungry that day, so I just ate, more hot dogs than you. But it's cool that Stacy came back. I love her videos.
She's my uncle's wife now.
That's really cool. So you get to spend Thanksgiving with her and stuff. Does she eat a lot at Thanksgiving too, or just at the contest?
Yes, she eats a lot at Thanksgiving too.
It's crazy. She has no gag reflex. When I eat a lot of hot dogs, eventually, I kind of start, choking sort of, but she doesn't. I think that's why she still competes.
Look, stop trying to gross me out, okay? I'm gonna take you down today. I'm gonna take you down because I overheard my uncle saying that they're gonna adopt you. He's been
Really?
a dad to me. And whatever slope you're sliding down, I hope you slide down it.
Well, I mean, I've been sliding down a big slope lately. There's a really big hill in the back of my grandma's house that we actually go sledding on every winter. And so it's, with the snow in Cincinnati. I don't know if you're from, I think that you're really pretty.
I'm
So
I'm glad I found you two together. I need to talk to you two. I need to talk to you two for a minute. It's important.
okay, just pretend I didn't say that, Patty, because I don't know what happened. I just sometimes word vomit.
Tommy, I know this whole competition life is getting to you, right? It's a lot to handle, a lot of pressure to handle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how would you feel if I told you this was your last hot dog eating contest today? You didn't have to do it again after today.
Oh, okay, but my grandma's gonna make me, I think.
No,
Well,
Tommy,
I mean,
I'm going to take you away from this world, Tommy.
what?
Why are you rolling your eyes, Patty? Why are you rolling your eyes?
Because I've been with you for so long, and now Tommy's gonna come in and I have to share, and you're gonna love Tommy more than you love me. That's why I came to this hot dog stage.
Wait, whoa, I didn't even, Tommy, I'm going to adopt you. Patty just kind of stole my thunder there.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I know this is
Hang
like
on.
a serious moment, but I just got word. You know how haphazard these contests are. They switched to jumbos. We're talking 2-inch in diameter jumbos.
Whoa.
Everyone's got to just take that in.
This is a hot dog eating contest, not a chode eating contest.
I'm just passing along the information. That's what they got from the grocery store.
Okay, now this is highly irregular, and I would like to speak to the chancellor of hot dog.
Wouldn't we all? We've been going to these for 3 years. They've all been run remote somehow, and I haven't seen the organizer. The dogs show up and we eat them.
I send a check to a PO box every year for my sponsorship.
That's right.
It's and all my any communication between me and the organizers is done through a series of dead drops around metropolitan Cincinnati.
How is this worse than porn? How is this stranger and less oversight? This is astonishing. Is any of this even real? Is this even like a real contest? Is anyone actually winning anything other than a title?
Yeah, my grandma got to go on Dr. Oz just to talk because I have a lot of stomach issues now. So she was talking about it. They didn't let me go on, or my grandma didn't let me go on.
Tommy, you're not going to have to go on
Go ahead, honey.
I was going to say, you don't have to go on Dr. Oz anymore. You're going to come live with me and Stacy. Patty will come visit. You'll get to see Patty whenever you want.
That would be sort of weird because Stacy, I still watch your videos a lot.
Well, that's okay.
We're not blood relations. None of us here except Patty and I are not blood relations.
Okay. Can I still
I'm
date
happy
Patty?
To have a fan.
I'm a huge I'm a huge fan. You did that video, the new one with the.
Okay, we don't need to talk about him. We don't. No. We don't need to talk about him. Not in the whole family. Like in the whole group.
Honey. Listen,
but okay. Tommy, yes, you can date Patty. You can date Patty. That won't be weird at all.
Yeah, we'll be one
as long as Patty's okay with that.
I mean,
Patty, what's wrong? I'm not going to love Tommy more than you. I promise you that.
Okay, that's all. I just want to make sure. And can we all just like go back to the house? Like, let's not even make Tommy eat the hot dogs if they're, especially if they're jumbo. Dr. Comfortable, just come back to the house with us and like hang
Really?
out, and we can
Really?
keep talking. Yes, come hang out with us, and I can show you how to make stuff, and we can talk more about currency.
The more the merrier. That's what I always say.
And I have one more surprise, especially for you, Patty. As a wedding gift, Marissa sent me a plate of fudge.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Me too, Tommy. I'll come with you.
I'll get them up.
Babe is gonna be big again.
That's our show. Oh my goodness. You know, usually at the end of these, I say, I hope that your hot dog eating contest or whatever doesn't go that badly. But I think that's about as good as it can get. So I hope in 2022, all your hot dog eating contests go like that. All your cryptocurrencies go like that. And all your relationships find a happy equilibrium like that.
And don't shame porn stars. Don't shame them.
No.
They're just working hard like everybody else.
That's right. That's right.
Harder in some cases.
Often, yeah. That was a crypto bro laugh. We have been Dreamweaver. We do this periodically online and hopefully one day again in person. Thank you so much to Highwire for having us. And until next time, tune back in, subscribe, like us, check out Highwire Improv for like workshops and stuff and do all those things. And yeah, 2022 is here. We're gonna make it great.
Wear
Yay.
your dang mask.
Wear your mask.
Yeah, wear your dang mask.
Get your dang vaccination.
Do it. Good night,
And your
everyone.
booster.